What's going on, people? I got a thought. I got a thought for the day. Now, this video, I'm gonna have a 2-for-1 special. 2 holidays. I'm gonna start with Columbus Day. Matter of fact, I did my research. But I'm gonna just throw a little common sense out there. I ain't even gonna go deep in this one. But think about it. How can you discover something where somebody's already there? How do you discover it? How? That kills it right there. Okay, I'm gonna throw a scenario out there, right? Somebody breaks into somebody's house that lives there, and they say they claim the house is theirs because they just broke in and discovered it. So that makes the house theirs because they break in and discover it? No, that means they're invading. That's all it was. It was an invasion, and there were people already there. So how do you discover something where people are already there? How? That kills Columbus Day right there. I ain't even gotta go deep into it because it's common sense. And they literally had a holiday to celebrate this dude. Like, he really discovered something. How do you break into somebody's house and somebody there? Somebody lives there already. So how do you discovered the house? Really? That kills that. That kills that. And and it's crazy how people still mention the word Indian. Because this dude thought he was in India. So the people that he's seen that was already there, that he discovered this place and people already there. He thought he was in India. And again, how you discover a place where you already knew what it was? But he thought it was India, and he calls the people he see that's already living there, which he discovered, it calls it India. He called them Indians. My bad, Indians. I mean, I could dig deep, but common sense, people, common sense. They actually had a holiday for this man where people were off from work, people from off of school. But lately, people have been catching on because you look into it more and more, it just doesn't make sense. And for them to literally have a holiday for this guy is almost like, it's ridiculous. But they were celebrating it. I mean, in school, they was talking about this dude discovering this place. Even in school, they told you it was people there, Native Americans. See, I have to catch myself sometimes because I always say Indians, and it's like, no, they're not Indians. They're not from India. They are Native Americans. They were people that already were in this land when Christopher Columbus so-called discovered it. How you discover place where somebody's already there? How? Okay. And I'm going to go a little common sense on Thanksgiving too. But I'm going to have a part 2 to this video where I do dig in deep and probably bring up the history a little bit more. Okay. Thanksgiving. Okay. The Pilgrims, the Indians, they sat down and had dinner and gave thanks and Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's where the holiday came from, right? Okay. Based on what I've heard, it was a celebration, but it was actually a celebration of conquest. Meaning, okay, Christopher Columbus came over, discovered, and slaughtered these people. People got slaughtered. And these guys basically gathered together and celebrated the slaughter. It wasn't it's almost like, okay, like I bring back this scenario. You break into somebody's house, you discover it, and there's people already living there, but you discovered it, right? You killed all the family. You killed the whole family that lived there. You killed the men, the men, women, and children that lived there. And then you invite these people's family over and have dinner with them in the house you just invaded and killed them all in. You invited their family over and y'all had dinner to celebrate. Think about it. Does that make sense? Why would these people come over to this land where there's already people there, murder them, slaughter them, and then sit down and have dinner with the leftover people that they didn't slaughter. They just had dinner with them and gave thanks. What kind of sense does that make? Tell me. And it's common sense. I ain't even pull up no facts, no history. Just the story itself does not make sense. And they actually taught this stuff in school. I'm not sure how much they do of that now, but I know when I was in school, when I was a lot younger, that's the whole story. And the whole thing is, it's almost like they try to just clean up that whole part of history so people would know the truth. They turn into a holiday, they clean it up so people would know the truth. And Most people ain't look into it. They just look at it as a holiday where everybody come together and give thanks. But the actual origin of this holiday was millions and millions of people slaughtered, and the people that actually did all this got together and celebrated after the fact. So you tell me, hearing all this, realizing how there's no, I mean, with common sense, would you still continue to celebrate this knowing what it really was about? Nah, man. I'm done. I'm done with Thanksgiving, man. For what? What am I celebrating? You know? And it's like people don't look into nothing. It's just like, yeah, let's eat, get together and eat and give thanks. But it's like this holiday was about slaughter. It was never about coming together and giving thanks. They were giving thanks to what they were able to do, the things that they conquered, the land that they conquered. They were thankful for that, for killing all these people, forcing them off their land. They got together and celebrated that. So knowing all that, I could never celebrate that because I don't agree with none of that happened. I mean, do you? You tell me. You tell me, because it don't make no sense. And I ain't even pulling no facts out yet, but you can just look at the story and that's what it was. They just cleaned it up. They threw in some of the native people and then they said they got together in peace and all that. You telling me if someone killed your family and gave you an invitation to dinner with them, would you do it? Knowing these people slaughtered your people, would you actually sit down with these people and have dinner and give thanks? For what? Common sense, people. Wake up. Wake up. And this only the beginning. Like I said, I'm just right now. This is a common sense video. This is a common sense video because, I mean, I think that's what the problem with society today. No one thinks. No one looks into nothing. They just go with the flow. Go with the flow. That's it. You putting all your money, all this. You spend all this money for all this food, and you don't even know the real reason behind the whole holiday. But you quick to celebrate it because that's what it is to do. And it's like all I ask, man, do your research, man. You know, you don't have to believe me. Do your research, find out the truth about all this stuff, and you'll see. You'll see. I mean, and it's all right there. I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all can still celebrate, you know. Hey, you do what you do. I don't have a problem with none of that. But I think you deserve to know the truth. And knowing the truth, you know, you might think different about celebrating stuff like that, because at the end of the day, the origin of the holiday is not what you think. You know, it's based on slaughter. It was never given thanks. It was slaughter. They were giving thanks because of what they did. They celebrated slaughtering millions of people and taking over the land. That's what Thanksgiving was about. So, I mean, if you continue to celebrate, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at it, but all I would encourage everybody to do is do their research. Do your research, man. And this is Columbus Day and Thanksgiving. I ain't even going to throw Halloween in there because that's a joke. It's a straight up joke anyway. So I ain't gonna go deep in Halloween, but Columbus Day, they still celebrate it. It's just like, come on, man. It's so obvious, but they still celebrate it. But hey, you know, they got so many people brainwashed it don't even matter no more. They can just do whatever they want because people gonna follow, and no one's gonna take the time to really research and look into this stuff. But that's fine. That's what I'm here for. You know, I'm gonna toss out the facts and try and encourage as many people to do their own research, man, because, you know, you waste your time, you waste your money celebrating a slaughter. That's all it is. It's slaughter. That's it. That's all Thanksgiving was about. That's all Columbus Day was about. It was about conquering, slaughtering, forcing people off their land, killing, raping, all that. That's what it was about. You know, and people continue to celebrate and ignore that stuff or don't look into it. But, you know, that's all I try and do. I want to encourage people to do their research, you know, because I think everybody deserves to know the truth, you know, and at that point, it's up to you. You know, you either going to just go along with it because it's tradition You know, go do it. But just know that this holiday is about slaughter. It's not about giving thanks. But you know, that's just something I had to say real quick. You know, like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. You know what I'm saying? I see you when I see you. You got any questions, hit me up. Shoot me a comment, whatever. You know, I answer to them when I get them to them. You know what I'm saying? Peace. See you when I see you.